Yeah, DJ Chark actually kind of messed him up. It looked like he had good position, and I think DJ Chark was trying to go in and
right side of the screen, the touchdown stands for the Jags. Penalty was against Tennessee, so here's a 2-point conversion, trying to go up by 2 full touchdowns, and we have movement. What do we have? That'll change the dynamic of the coach's decision if it's against Jacksonville.
Goff over the middle, caught, first down for the Lions on 3rd and 12. 14-yard pickup. Goff.
False start. Offense, number 75. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced at the 15-yard line, where we'll have the 1-point try.
Second false start of the year.
And so Jacksonville will pull the offense off the field now and just kick the standard extra point, which would make it 27-14. We'll let you know how that turns out in a second.
Here I see them giving the ball to Swift.
Fake toss to Swift. Goff to the end zone. Touchdown, Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds is going to make sure he gets inside of Cameron Bound. And why does this play work? How many times, Kenny, did they run toss, flip toss, everything to DeAndre Swift? So now you run a fake toss to DeAndre Swift. You have no more inside leverage by those linebackers. They bite on the toss.
We want to show you that last replay because the ball came loose from Reynolds at the very end, but it was after the somersault into the end zone. Touchdown Lions, 3 touchdown passes by Jared Goff today. Extra point will put the Lions up 21-7, and the extra point is good for Detroit, so 21-7 in that game. And for what it's worth, Jacksonville's extra point was good. So Jags 27, Titans 14, a surprising score in the AFC South.
Right at the top of the draft, too. Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, all in the first round. Mason Rudolph went before him. He was the 8th quarterback taken back in 2018.
Get on! 18!
Here's Mike White. On the run, the Mims.
Pretty good there, buddy. Mike White, really good throw. Good play design by Mike LaFleur, and you see all the way down there.
14 yards on that pass play there, or is the quarterback heavy first round?
Well, if we redid this, you would take Mike White and put him here. Allen goes to 2. Wait a second. Let's go ahead and maybe get up in here somewhere.
But he and Josh.
Oh, wait, I forgot Lamar's here.
Lamar over there. Yep. Last pick of the first round.
Sorry, Lamar. You're much better than the other guys. Mike White's making a noise to be the 3rd one there.
They were roommates at the Manning Passing Academy. They've been buddies ever since he's hit on release. He got hammered by Matt Milano for the 2nd time.
Yeah, this is
Milano to the ground.
Oh my goodness, he's trying to breathe. Look at. We just got the wind knocked out of him. This is a shot. Milano, one of the great blitzing linebackers in perfect form. I know that it's either. I don't even want to speculate, but let's just say that's happened. Oh no.
Well, he hits him right in the lower ribcage area.
Well, I mean, there's also a chance of broken ribs there as well, and I've had that way too many times to remember. Super painful. Hopefully he's all right.
That's a terrible looking scene for Jets fans. Mike White down for the 2nd time in this game against the Bills. All right, we were going to dip in on the Eagles, but that game has come to a stoppage for the moment. Here's 3rd and 6, and Davis Mills delivers a shot outside. Houston is making plays against the Cowboys.
Rodgers goes for 14.
Well, Rodgers is just going to get you a little out route. Trayvon Diggs a hair late, but I love what Rodgers did. Instead of just attacking outside to where he was going, you saw him line up completely in front, getting foot to foot, face to face with Trayvon.
Well, we got a bad situation at quarterback for the Ravens. Tyler Huntley, injured on this play with a couple of Steelers banging hard against him. He has come out of the game, has Tyler Huntley. Anthony Brown, an undrafted free agent rookie out of Oregon, is now in the game at quarterback for Baltimore. This is just a second ago, and Brown gets sacked on what would have been his first pass attempt in the NFL. TJ Watt and friends in on that sack. So Pittsburgh defense hitting Baltimore quarterbacks and hitting them hard. We'll try and get your word on Huntley. We'll try and get your word on Mike White. Quarterbacks getting hit and getting knocked out of the game, at least temporarily or for the rest of the day, as in Kenny Pickett's case there in Pittsburgh.
And settles for a short game. He's the first Eagles running back to exceed 1,000 yards in a season in 8 years. You got to go back to LaShawn McCoy in 2014. A.J. Brown has gone over 1,000 yards receiving. Also the first to do that since 2014 when Jeremy Maclin had a 1,000-yard year for the Eagles. Second and 8 from the 21. Hurts this time. Stoll's in front of him. Stoll with a block to get him a first down.
And inside. And
Jalen Hurts just makes it look effortless, and the Eagles put a body on a body, another first down, and that's first and goal for Philadelphia.
This is Mixon. No, the fake to Mixon. The throw, and here is all alone for the touchdown, Trenton Irwin.
Down to the 10, first and goal for Philadelphia. 4 to choose from near side. Instead, Hurts takes off and gashes him. Touchdown, Philly. And it's Jalen Hurts on the ground.
Easy layup for Joe Burrow, taking advantage of the over-aggressive safety from the.
It's so quick, he actually gets ahead of Jordan Mailata, but it's the unique guy in this starting five, Jason Kelsey, that is the key guy here. The ability to set back, pull, and then kick out and get Jalen Hurts untouched.
The Eagles' offense is stupendous, amazing. And Jalen Hurts, 10th rushing touchdown of the year. Speaking of stupendous, this guy has been described as that. Justin Jefferson, a big catch, loose in the secondary for the Lions, 34-yard pass. Justin Jefferson, 8 catches, 127 yards for the star for the Minnesota Vikings. The Texans add to their lead. They get a field goal by Kaimi Fairbairn, long one too, 54 yards. It goes through. Texans 23, Cowboys 17, 3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Cousins on the slant. Pass caught by K.J. Osborne at the 24-yard line. Vikings fell behind by 14 in the first meeting with the Lions. Came back to win on a last-minute touchdown pass from Cousins to Osborne. Trailing by 14 here. Third down and 4.
I could see Justin Jefferson going in the slot and them running slot routes with them. What it looks like they'll do is bunch him up so it avoids any press man. You look at the top of the screen, now you can't press him. So if you're going to double him, you're going to have to figure out who's going to be high and low.
Third down and 4. Cousins fires. Too far for Jefferson.
And that is great communication by the Lions. Every last one of them understanding the assignment. Look, Justin Jefferson, get a jam on him.
It's going to be a coach's decision by Kevin Stefanski on 4th and 4 as to what he elects to do. Well, Joe Flacco comes in for the injured Mike White, and he gets popped by a defensive lineman for the Bills. He fumbles the ball, and the Bills jump on top of it. So Buffalo's defense is just teeing off right now on pass plays attempted by the Jets. Flacco in, and Mike White has gone into the locker room, so it looks like it's going to be Flacco for at least the time being for the New York Jets. Offense on the field here for the Vikings.
Fourth down and 4. Here's Cousins near side. Thielen, first down, touchdown. So O'Connell's decision pays off as Cousins connects with Thielen from 23 yards out on fourth down.
Adam Thielen is the middle guy
Well, we have seen that Minnesota can come from behind in the second half of games. We've also, quite frankly, seen the Detroit Lions not hold leads in the second half. They still do lead by a touchdown at Detroit. We'll get you back to that game in a bit. Buffalo looking for a breathing room score here, coming up on the 2-minute mark of the third.
Well, remember I talk about the wide 9 defense? If they're really wide, they don't let you go outside. The holes are right here. You can do it with a running back.
Well, Vikings doing the analytics play on the touchdown down 14, late third quarter or the fourth quarter. They go for 2, and they don't get it. So the analytics might backfire on them here, meaning they score another touchdown. They'll absolutely have to go for 2, and that's just to get to a 21-21 tie, should it come to that.
That time, ball is in and out of the hands of McKenzie. Would have had the first down, and they're going to kick the field goal, try to make it a 2-score margin.
This ball should have been caught.
You already know I'm down, my guy.
Kenzie, he's trying to wait on Diggs coming across, and Ken Dorsey knows they had an opportunity to drive alive.
Tyler Bass, 38 yards, 2 game-winning field goals this year at Baltimore and at Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Sounds like you like him. This is going in then?
He's 24 out of 27 on the season. And he's made now 13 consecutive field goals.
I always like a kicker when you say he's made 13 consecutive.
And so Buffalo does get it to a 2-possession lead, 17-10 there against the 7-5 New York Jets. No one in the red zone at the moment. The only team that's over the red zone is this Pittsburgh Steelers offense, who just got over midfield.
With the Trubisky 1st and 10, Warren gets the pitch. Looking for blocking. He got it from a couple, including Freiermuth. Also Pickens. A flag is thrown here late on the gain of 8. Warren, there's a late flag as Warren was working his way on the near sideline, and he got down to about the 34 with an 8-yard gain as it stands now.
Looks like a core 4 went up and got a hit on Marcus Peters late on this game behind the play.
Gotta check out the vibes.
And either it was that hit or it was Peters' response to that hit that gets the flag.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 24. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the result of the play. Automatic first down.
It's on Peters. And it's going to push Pittsburgh deeper in Baltimore territory.
Watch a core 4 right here. He's going to come up with an extra hit on Peters right at the sideline. Watch that. Gets a little shoulder into it.
Elsewhere in the AFC North, 3rd and 4, Deshaun Watson with Nick Chubb in the backfield with him. He fakes a pass over to Chubb, then decides to run for it forward, 6 yards on the quarterback scramble to convert for a first down. And here is the first down on the next play. They'll fake the handoff to Chubb. Watson shoots one in. Donovan Peoples-Jones with the catch there, and another first down for Cleveland.
Dancing with Queen. And hit by Urban. And after all that, picks up 2 to the 17-yard line. Back to CBS in New York with this update.
Burrow's 0-4 against the Browns.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow's got his 2nd touchdown of the day off this flea flicker to Trent Irwin from 45 yards out to take a 20-3 lead over Cleveland. A little chippy up there in Acrisure Stadium. Got to be able to control the...
And we're going live now to Cincinnati, where they tie up Nick Chubb and drop him for a loss on first down.
Red zone story right there. Trubisky, 2nd down, 8. Here they come. Bowser, and then finished off on that line, but Bowser blew it up.
Cowboys fans, this one's got to be concerning at this point. You're down by 6. It's 4th and inches, and Yeah, Dak did not get the initial push. He had to come off the side of the left tackle there to get the first down, but he does do that. That game has just gone to the end of the third quarter. The Cowboys are trailing the Houston Texans going into the fourth quarter at AT&T Stadium, and it'll be a third down for Dallas when they come out of a commercial break. We will get you back to the Cowboys' next snap in a couple of minutes. They're in a commercial break right now. Here is 3rd and 13 live for the Steelers.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the play clock was running low.
So the backup to the starter, Kenny Pickett, is in. Mitch Trubisky. Saturday on CBS. The College Hoops triple-header tips off.
Let's come back live to Tennessee. Mike Vrabel is angry, I believe. Yeah, we just had a pass interference called against the Titans, and this puts Jacksonville into the red zone, already up a couple of touchdowns.
Sideline with a concussion. And that's how Mitchell called for the penalty, one the fans do not agree with. Inside handoff to Etienne, hit hard by Bud Dupree. And Dylan Cole also in on the tackle.
Remember, your defense has held the Ravens to 244 yards of offense, and the Ravens are now dealing with an undrafted rookie quarterback who's had no NFL playing experience because of the injuries that have happened to Huntley and Lamar Jackson.
A lot of moving parts. 3rd and 13. They need the 9. Moore the block at the left tackle, going for the end zone. Deontay Johnson, and Humphrey was right there with Ardarius Washington.
Have been throwing the ball so far. Time for the Titans to step up and get a pass rush after him.
2nd and 11. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Ingram holds on. Touchdown! What a catch! Evan Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the day. And the Jaguars are pouring it on in Nashville.
Trevor Lawrence is having himself a day. He's got 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing as well. And they're going to go for 2 again, as they wanted to on the last time. Dak Prescott on a 3rd and long, and it's incomplete. Dallas, assuming they don't go for it here, is going to get turned away by the Texans defense again. Both of these 2 games, probably the 2 most shocking scoreboards right now in the early window of Sunday of Week 14. The Texans beating Dallas in Dallas. The Jags beating Tennessee in Tennessee and handling Tennessee in Nashville. Here comes your 2-point conversion for Trevor Lawrence. Did you start him in fantasy this week? If you did, he is scoring points.
To Kirk, incomplete. So it's
Maher's kick right down the middle. And the Cowboys are within 3, 23.
So at least Dallas gets something out of that drive, but it's still a Texans lead, and Houston's getting the football back with the entire fourth quarter still to play. Into the fourth quarter here, Pittsburgh wants to make this a 3-point game, and it gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. It'll dribble out the back of the end zone. It was a big Calais Campbell. All 6'8" of Calais Campbell getting high in the sky to deflect that field goal. Big play for Baltimore. And the scoreboard watching undoubtedly going on in Cincinnati there. The Bengals fans would love to have the Steelers come from behind and beat the Ravens in the fourth quarter. But Cincinnati's got to handle business of their own. Up by 17, Cleveland football.
Offensive side of the ball. You've got to do something. You really haven't been able to take the ball away, but you have got to be able to create and get a touchdown here to have a chance.
Deshaun Watson needs the 28-yard line for a first down. 4th and 5.
The Bengals showing all-out blitz again.
Quick pass, complete. And that is Njoku for the first down.
Let's go down to a 3rd and very long for Philadelphia.
Quick throw, Quez Watkins. And Watkins settles for a few, so the punt team will come out.
Now we talked about, those
at the Cincinnati 27. Watson throwing far side of the field. That is complete. Njoku escapes traffic and goes out of bounds with another first.
That original starting 4 linemen together is the only time they play.
Hey, they had to remind Jake Elliott, you're the punter now too, dude. Aaron Siposs left the game with an ankle injury, so Jake Elliott, for the first time in 2 years, will punt. Something he never did in college. Not bad, huh?
Serviceable.
Passable.
Yeah. No return. That's a great thing.
That's true. Giants back in offense when you come back.
Somehow, some way, these are the guys that if you have a chance getting the ball into their hands.
Watson. And this is Njoku again. Inside the 5, reaching for the end zone. Did he get there? Touchdown. "13 yards.
Yep, looks as if he breaks the plane before.
That replay pretty conclusive. Cleveland has their first touchdown of the afternoon, and that game still has a couple minutes left to go in the third quarter. Look where everything else has already gotten to the fourth quarter except for that game in Nashville. 7 games going on across the National Football League. 1-possession games in 3 of the 7. In Arlington, Texas, with the Cowboys trailing, the Lions are up by 1 possession, and the Steelers are down by 6 points at home as we have reached the witching hour, when wins become losses and losses become wins. Will some of these shocking scores hold up? Can the Detroit Lions put themselves in the playoff hunt in the NFC by upsetting the first place and would-be NFC North champion Minnesota Vikings? They're up by 8 with the fourth quarter just underway.
The safeties, they're going to have to help out and get out of the middle of the field as well.
We're down at 8. Goff complete. Justin Jackson out of the backfield. Picks up the Lions first down.
It's too passive, and I get what happened. They're on the line of scrimmage. They pop out in the zone spot drop, but you got a spot drop in front of the sticks, because if you do that, then that's when you can tackle and force a fourth down. But look how many points scored in the fourth quarter by the Detroit Lions. 3rd most in the NFL, and some of that was playing catch-up, but now winning 4 out of 5, it's not catch-up. It's them pouring it on. And we just saw Ben Johnson, as I said, the architect of this offense. He's had Ed Donatell's number all day today.
Pump fake by Goff. And then a low throw in the vicinity of Khalif Raymond.
Back in this Jags-Titans game, Ryan Tannehill needs to start pressing the gas pedal on offense if the Titans are going to avoid an embarrassing loss to the Jags, but the Jags get home on the pass rush. It just feels like it's Jacksonville's day. And again, the Jags have lost 9 straight road games in Tennessee, but they've got a multiple possession lead about the 2-minute mark of the third quarter.
10th play of the drive. Justin Jackson inside the 10 to the 5. He dives for a Lions touchdown.
Yep, gets that pylon before he lands out of bounds. The pylon is in bounds. That is a touchdown.
Ball scoring plays are reviewed.
That one's going to need at least a second look. Ruling on the field is a touchdown. Kind of a curious position that the ball certainly landed out of bounds, but Jackson also made contact with the pylon. Take a look. Ruling on the field's a touchdown. They're looking at it right now. We'll let you know what they decide. Bengals in the red zone.
Uses athletic ability.
This is Mixon. Mixon maybe a half yard on the play. Prior to that play, the last 3 plays on offense by the Bengals were 45 yards, 40, and 20.
And that
the Chargers. Badgley That's the extra point.
Well, there's your answer. The extra point is up and good. And the Detroit Lions, Justin Jackson, the former Charger running back, scores for Detroit to put them back up by 2 touchdowns with 13 minutes and change left in the fourth quarter.
It's truly fascinating.
2nd and 9, quick pass on the outside, and Jamar Chase drilled by Denzel Ward.
Little game rewind presented by Amazon. We haven't said the name Joe Mixon today. He is back in the lineup after missing a couple games with a concussion. Back in the lineup and back in the box score with a nice-looking 40-yard patient run, waiting for the blocks to develop and then pop the speed. He's got 8 carries for 73 yards, also has a couple of receptions in the passing game for 10 yards, and probably one more play before the end of the third quarter here in the Queen City.
Without Higgins and without Boyd.
Nice-looking 40-yard.
Burrow under pressure, got rid of it. Pirine, and Pirine is down at about the 12-yard line. And with that, we come to the end of the third quarter. The Bengals with a 10-point lead, looking for more. Right now it's 20-10. We're back after this message and a word from your local station.
We'll bookmark that Cincinnati drive. It'll be 4th and 7 from the 12-yard line when they begin the fourth quarter there in Cincinnati. Ravens have just worked it into the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Baltimore, any points here will put them up 2 possessions.
The longest such streak in franchise history, and they're well on their way to doing it 12 in a row. They're on a 5.5-minute drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 19. Gus Edwards, stiff-armed one, reloads, and Bush got him in a loss of a yard. Back to the 20.
So it's starting to get late for the New York Jets. They're already down by 10. Buffalo worked it into field goal range. 3rd and 3. Allen, quarterback sweep, is not going to get there. Great job of pursuit. Penalty flag came in as well. They figured it out and ended up being 4th down. Tyler Bass comes on for the field goal in the elements and splits the sticks 49 yards away. Bills 20, Jets 7, 12 minutes and change in the fourth quarter there in Western New York.
Andrews is lined up in the slot with Watt over the top of him.
2nd down, 11. Edwards, blocked by Stanley, opens the door, and he then submarines down near the 13 on a gain of 7. And finally brought down by Devin Bush, a starter all season, one of the best. Brings him down there.
Well, for the 2nd time in this game, it looks like Mike White is going to press through whatever injury he had and try and come back in and lead the Jets at the quarterback position. White had left twice after 2 hard quarterback sacks at 2 different points during the game. But warming up on the sideline, we should see him, it looks like, down by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter the next time the Jets get the football. Anthony Brown is quarterbacking the Ravens here, as both quarterbacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens that started the day have been knocked out of this game. And we'll double box in the New York Giants, where it's starting to get now or never, down by 3 touchdowns to the Eagles. They need to cash in here.
Penalty moves it back to 3rd and 8. Jones given time, goes wide of Frida. Looking at another.
With Justin Tucker, who earlier became the all-time leading Ravens scorer, surpassing Matt Stover. This is a 30-yard field goal.
Justin Tucker lining up his field goal, which would be the 3rd of the day for the all-time great Ravens kicker, and it goes through. What else is new? 16-7, Ravens have the lead. Speaking of kickers, first play of the fourth quarter, Cincinnati with the safe play here on 4th and 7, trying to go up by 13. They'll do just that. 23-10, Cincinnati with the lead. And we're going to go to Detroit next, guys. Yeah, let's go to Ford Field. So the Minnesota Vikings, no strangers to deficits in the fourth quarter, need a couple of touchdowns to get back in this game against the Detroit Lions. And because they went for 2 earlier in the third quarter and didn't get it, they will need at least 1 2-point conversion should they score a couple of touchdowns.
To Justin Jefferson, it's really as simple as, if you're not going to stop my best guy, I'm going to keep throwing to him. really not that hard of a game plan. Just keep dialing up the different offenses to allow Justin Jefferson to get that one-on-one.
How about Cousins' numbers? 25 of 31, 330 yards. This time wrapped up and taken down by Aiden Hutchinson.
Tell you what, Aiden Hutchinson is making a case for Defensive Rookie of the Year, being in that conversation with Sauce Gardner and company. Another sack for the second overall pick. But we rewinded because Minnesota hit another big play. Justin Jefferson is starting to eat in the second half. A 47-yard catch by Jefferson on that play. He's got 9 catches for 174 yards. But the Hutchinson sack of Kirk Cousins will make it a 2nd and 17 for Minnesota from Detroit's 23.
Growing up, he thought he'd be a quarterback.
2nd and 17. Cousins looking for Jefferson. Attempts the one-handed catch, but it's incomplete.
The Houston Texans defense has found ways to make plays when they've had to. Here's 3rd and 4. Hanging on to a 3-point lead. It's pressure on Dak. He gets rid of it. Incomplete. Penalty marker comes in. That was offensive holding. The Texans decline it. What is going on in Arlington, Texas? 12 minutes remaining, and this would be a candidate for the upset of the year if the Texans can beat the Dallas Cowboys in their building.
They're back into now safe 2-man coverage.
Cousins under pressure, throws it away. Hutchinson was coming again.
Now, this is what happens in those empty packages. Hutchinson, he's going to be coming around, and if you don't pick it up from the offensive line, there's
4 and 12. That's.
Let's go to Cincinnati here. Deshaun Watson needing a couple of fourth-quarter touchdowns to get his team back in it.
Try it again. Kareem Hunt trying to leapfrog. Not
really big. Number 2 pick in the draft. I'd say it was the right move.
Greg Joseph from 41 yards out. So the Vikings put 3 on the board.
A lot of guys doing that these days.
It is. And a lot of them are able to pull it off. Right now, Deshaun Watson has to pull off a 3rd and 8.
Watson under pressure, gets rid of it, and is complete to Donovan Peoples-Jones. There is a penalty marker down. What an effort by Deshaun Watson.
Holding defense, number 29. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
That penalty would have been on Cam Taylor-Britt.
That really is a nice job from Watson in the pocket. Was that the brothers over there, Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard, both colliding?
All right, Browns are still down a couple of scores there, but really the drama in the early window right now is Lovie Smith's Houston Texans, a 1-win team. They are in line for the 1st overall pick in the draft. The Dallas Cowboys, meanwhile, trying for their 10th win of the season and still think they could be a division champion, maybe even become the number 1 seed if the last month of the season goes well for them. But they are trailing in the 4th quarter here. The Cowboys having won 3 in a row, having scored all of those points since Dak Prescott's return from injury, needing a 4th quarter come-from-behind victory to avoid what would be the upset of the year in the NFL. Pittsburgh wants to get back in this, but they need big plays. That'll help. Deontay Johnson from Mitch Trubisky on the shot, and there was a penalty flag came in, 15-yard personal foul on top of it for roughing the passer. So Pittsburgh's in business, but they're still down a couple of possessions there at home against the Ravens.
See if they run right back to the well with it again. Yep.
It's Pierce this time who gets the carry. He's got the first down. Houston would love to be.
Told you that we keep an eye on Cleveland. They just had a 1st and 10. Deshaun Watson fakes the handoff right, fakes it left, drops back to throw, has time, and throws a bad ball that was just, the safety was waiting on it. as Bates was there. Jesse Bates with the interception. Deshaun Watson wants that one back. He telegraphed the pass, and Cincinnati's defense makes him pay for it. Trubisky throws inside the 10-yard line. Incomplete, 2nd and goal upcoming.
Going for Harris, it's incomplete, and 2nd down and goal, and 2.5 to go. So here is what they have done the last 5 possessions. 3 interceptions, a punt, and a blocked field goal. And as you can see, in the opponent territory today, trying to score, attempting to go in, and held out. In the red zone today, 3 trips. 2nd down and goal.
Harbaugh not happy, yelling at the officials, thinking there was holding on that last call.
Trubisky to the end zone, and incomplete as Humphrey was watching Deontay Johnson with a flag.
Well, one official's calling holding, one official's calling defensive pass interference. Holding would be half the distance. Defensive pass interference would take this down to the 1. So this is a big call as they discuss which one they're going to go with.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Pass interference, offense, number 18. Pass interference, defense, number 44. Those penalties offset. Replay, 2nd down.
Or it could have been that, Kevin.
All right, Pittsburgh needs a score to make that a 1-possession game. The Jets need a touchdown to make this a 1-possession game. And on 3rd and short, they bunch it up in the middle, sell the run inside hard, and then bootleg out Mike White, who was back in the lineup after being knocked out twice of this game by injury. White finds Elijah Moore, 7-yard gain. Jets keep the drive alive, down by 13.
Trubisky today, 21 of 29, 266.
And we're going to double box in the Houston Texans, who are moving the football into Cowboy territory. 3rd and 5, and the pass gets batted away. Big play by the Dallas defense. And Pat Freiermuth catches a touchdown in between Ravens defenders. Pittsburgh is back in this game.
This is an old school red zone play that a lot of teams like to use. Connor Hayward is here. He's going to work here. Freiermuth to the outside. He's going to go up and cross. Because of this, watch the flow of the linebackers. It creates a lane. You put the ball on the body of the receiver like Trubisky does on Freiermuth. There's not much room for the defense to come in as Hamilton tried to swipe at the ball.
Yep, Hamilton was on him. Here's the extra point by Boswell. It is through, and a new score from Pittsburgh. A 2-point game with 2.5 to go.
2-point game and 2 timeouts remaining for Pittsburgh. They don't have to onside kick. A bad snap in the Titans game, and Derrick Henry had a chance to get back on top of it. He was going to try and pick it up, but a couple of Jags defenders bashed it away from him. Another turnover by Tennessee, and that one gets pinned actually on Henry, even though it was a blow shotgun snap. So Jacksonville with a 33-14 lead and instant red zone for them. The Detroit Lions want to work some clock here and would love another score to keep the division in play. And the Lions, I mean, look, the Lions started 1-6. 1-6. They have since won 4 out of their last 5, and their only loss was that very close game against the excellent Buffalo Bills in this building on Thanksgiving, where the Bills needed a last-second field goal to beat Detroit. The Lions are playing legitimately good football, and this would probably be their biggest win of the year if they can close it out.
He makes a play. That's just good all-around football. And then same thing with the wide receivers, right? You spread the wealth. Everyone's getting a little bit. It's exciting to watch.
3rd down and 3. Goff fires. Another first down completion. 15 yards on the reception by Zylstra.
Wow, this is not good. You're on the wrong side of some greatness. 5 straight games allowing 400-plus yards of total offense. Yeah, yes, you're 10-2, but this is going to catch up to you, right? Especially when you haven't gotten any takeaways. That's also key, right? If you're going to give up all these yards, you have to offset it somehow. Today, it has not happened.
That's the amazing thing. They're 10-2, but they've been outgained on average by 63 yards per game.
Well, I'll come back to that for this play.
On first down, here's Williams.
Today.
Let's pick up a live 3rd and 9 for Josh Allen and the Bills with a 2-score lead.
Superb for 3rd and long, too, normally. And that is not a conversion. Wow. That's Adams who denied that pass, dropping into Dawson Knox.
Jets going to get the football back. We'll see what they do with it. Philadelphia, it looks like they're on their way to a victory. They're back into Giants territory here, trying to work some clock.
191 rushing.
Another carry for Sanders, and this one breaks loose. He's headed for the end zone. Touchdown.
Check that. 232 rushing.
That's some quick math. And that's 144 today for Sanders.
And that's another part of this, right? You know, are we the best team? They have fun together.
I mean, they started the day with the best record in the NFL. They're going to end the day with the best record in the NFL. They started the day as the 1 seed in the NFC. They will hold on to that 1 seed in the NFC for at least another week or perhaps 2, maybe for the rest of the season, as Eagles are cruising and their vaunted division rival Cowboys need a come-from-behind victory in the back half of the 4th quarter against a 1-win Texans team. Let's pick it up live.
Is dishing out some punishment today.